welcome back.
Hey y'all.
It's another episode, or I guess a new week and another episode. It's
Very
the same
much so.
thing. Of Black Bougie and About It.
Period.
Where you get real, raw, and rich conversation. We obviously had our whole little, unwind and download session before we started the camera, but we don't really get into, the rest of everything.
Always gotta do that.
But sometimes, you gotta get some stuff off your chest.
Yeah.
Just like I really been thinking about this all day. I was like, I can't wait to tell Jessica. And we're gonna get into it. But I do.
When we say this is a therapy session. No, literally.
I literally be holding it in here. I be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna tell just because I gotta tell her in person, so I can really, so she can get the full effect." Mm-hmm. Sometimes, through text, your tone don't read across. So all you can really do is put LOL or like put a little emoji. But
that's why I be like, "Bitch."
All caps. Okay. And a couple of C's and a couple of H's.
Yeah.
But let's first start off with, because when we started recording last week, all of this shit started happening after we recorded. Of course. I mean, it was like divorce. You get a divorce. You get a divorce. You get one and you get one.
Breakups.
So I don't know what's going on in the world of Black Hollywood or celebrities, but baby, I don't know if the whole Ume Ndoku or whatever his name sparked a fire under people's asses and was like, shit, I ain't happy either. I don't know. But everybody and their mama filed for divorce last week. Even fucking the Barbie and Ken of it all, Giselle and Tom.
Oh yeah, okay.
But but our real Barbie and Ken, was Tia and Corey.
Yeah,
that one hurt me, y'all. Cause I just and I don't like that everybody's using that clip from Black Love to be like, I knew they was gonna break up. Cause I think that was just like some real, regular stuff. Especially when you're a person, at least what I get from Tia, she's a person kind of like me where we get passionate about what we talking about and we just start, talking. So it's probably something they already had, discussed before, like, hey, don't cut me off when I'm trying to, say my point. So
I mean, just in the moment, like, let me talk about it. Yeah. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, y'all. When you with somebody, y'all do know that motherfuckers get on your nerves, right? You know what I'm saying? So every time you with somebody, you may not always just be like soft and gentle. Hey, excuse me, can I finish my point, babe? All right, hun. Like, it's not gonna be like that. Like, hey, let me finish it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's just like that, y'all. I don't think he meant it like that. But
yeah, I don't think that was
I hate they getting a divorce though, because they seem, I mean, from what we see, they always seem. But you know what? Sometimes those be the ones that be like that when they've been together, like since they was super young to now, because you're not the same person. Yeah. And times are different.
I think honestly, a lot of people when they was in that pandemic and they spent every motherfucking day. I mean, almost every motherfucking day for a year straight with somebody. They say you really get to see somebody. You really get to know.
You really get to learn them
about people like in the entertainment business, you got to think about like how much time do they really like
be together,
day, in a row. And they said a lot of people, they came out with all those statistics. People got divorced or separated and all that, because of the pandemic.
Yeah. I've always heard people say that they wonder how he feels about like her working more than him, because of course she and her sister are more, they're very successful. They're like a part of our childhood, all the things like Hollywood royalty, and he's still kind of like on the come up. I know he has had a lot of success,
and I think
but
he's still on the back end too.
Yeah, like he does. Yeah, so I don't know. I really hope that they get it together. Some of the little gossip columns I saw.
You seen Tia post lately? She's like,
yeah, she'll be like,
era of me.
Yeah, I saw that.
And when they start going off, Stella got their groove back. It's over. It's over.
It is over.
She did the whole photo shoot in the middle of the desert. It's over with.
That mean that this ain't like new. Yeah, that's what that means. That they've been probably.
Yeah. And I saw somewhere where somebody like had commented on something and said he cheated, and he was like, I did not cheat on her. He commented back and said he didn't cheat on her. So
because I don't see that. they both seem kind of fiery though. Like she be having strong opinions, and so does he. So maybe they just couldn't, like, you know what I'm saying. And then their baby Cree is what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, I think she's like
maybe
4.
3 or something.
I think she might be like 4.
So, you know, children, when you have a new baby, sometimes people think that's like a band-aid on stuff, but that's really not. So,
and then Miguel and his wife, but I feel like they break up every 3 months.
Yeah, because they had filed for divorce before, and then they decided to stay together. Nazanin.
Yeah, I feel like, but they've been together, what, like 18 years?
Yeah, they've been together since they were kids, literally.
Oh, my goodness.
And she been beautiful in every single...
But she just one of the ones.
She is gorgeous. She is so gorgeous.
Something about Miguel gives me, like, Polly, though.
It does.
Something about Miguel gives me, I don't want to be like, he'll be married in the sense of, okay, you can be my wife by title, like you can be my wife, but I'm still gonna be Miguel.
I mean, but as long as they've been together and everything that the industry be doing, they might be doing that already. You know what I'm saying? Like they might have a Neo situation going on.
Ain't no telling. I hate that they, you know, are going their separate ways as well, because you know they make a beautiful couple.
I want them to have a kid,
and then like
I need one kid from y'all.
Tom Brady and Giselle. Giselle said, "You gonna keep playing motherfucking football? Okay." Me and the kids are like. She packed up some of her things and a few of yours, and left.
Just like your slut.
Giselle said, "I've been had money, player.
Just like your little tramp.
I don't need your shit." Giselle said, "I've been a model. Okay.
Let me go call Leo and them." I hate that.
He gonna be playing
now. Okay, this is a good question because I see a lot of people talking about this. When, because he's what, 40 some years old, 46,
like 45, 40, something like
that. And he's at this point he's the greatest football player of all time.
Yeah. At
what point do you sit your ass down? Because you've got kids. You have a family, like, you know, I think they kind of have young kids too, like, you know, kids that aren't in high school yet. Like, when do you say, okay, enough's enough? Especially if you're a wife, you know, of course she still works, but it's not as frequent as him. Because at the end of the day, when you're a wife and when you're a mother, even when you working, they're gonna be like, "What her goddamn kids at?" Ain't nobody ever gonna ask him like, "I wonder is he ever at home with the kids?" Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I wonder, as a man, when do you sit your ass down?
And then my thing is like, are you not tired? Like, and that's no disrespect to him. Like, just because you should continue to play doesn't mean
that you need to.
Yeah, or you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Like, it's just. Yeah. And again, if your wife is like giving you an ultimatum, and the fact that you kind of are like, fuck that. It says a lot about you as a husband. Yeah, and
I know, like, people, they have that like thing in them, like, okay, like say like Beyonce, she's a workaholic. I'm just using her as an example. I know y'all get tired of people using Beyonce as
or even Kobe, God rest his soul.
Yeah, like
that nigga retired still at some point.
But he's still retired, but he still like was doing things basketball related. You know, he had his hands in a lot of stuff. Or like, you know how Beyonce will take like 3 years off or whatever, or she'll do like some small projects in between instead of doing like a whole tour and album. So like, I wonder why doesn't he just do stuff like that? Maybe it just doesn't give him the same like satisfaction, because I feel like, you know, with sports too, it's such a competitive natured like thing, so you kind of want to get that out of you. But I wonder, at what point do you start to like sacrifice what you need for
what your family needs?
Yeah, because you've made a decision and you've made a decision to be over here. You know what I'm saying? You're a father now. Yeah. You're a husband. Yeah. You have obligations. Yeah. And so I feel like at a certain point when you get older, and then when you do have kids and you have those priorities and stuff, it is no longer always like about what you want. I don't think you really have the luxury of being that selfish. Yeah.
You definitely have to be selfless, I think. Yeah. And again, it's like, I could see, you know, if Tom Brady was like 35, you know,
exactly.
It's like, okay, you got got some time left
to do that.
Playboy.
Yeah.
But nigga, you are literally, I think, the oldest football player that has ever played the game.
Yeah,
and
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know.
Fact check us, because I know y'all be saying we don't be knowing we talking about.
Up there in the list. He got to be up there in the list because I mean it's not normal for you to be in your mid 40s.
Yeah, I mean maybe he can start coaching or like he can. I mean I'm sure they can figure out something where he can still be involved. Mm-hmm. But I wonder like. I don't know. I just wonder.
It's just very telling again.
But it does also. I feel like men have the privilege to do that because obviously he has money. So if he wasn't married and he was just a single dad, he could still have help. Mm-hmm. But like I feel like women give men like the opportunity to do that. Okay, baby, do what you need to do. I'm gonna handle the kids and like handle things at home. Make sure everything else is good on the on the back end. You know what I'm saying? You going to practice? I got your shake in the morning, or I'm gonna drop the kids off at school. You don't have to worry about that. But like we enable them to do that. But on the other end, I don't wonder why more men don't do the same for their wives. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when I think they don't think about it, I think a lot of people have this traditional mindset, that we've just kind of seen depicted through whether it be TV, movies, or even a lot of people's households themselves that they grew up in. Specifically, I mean, if I'm being honest, the white people, a lot of them come from them households where the dad go to work, he do everything, and the mama just take care of the kids. That's all they know. That's all they see. So to them. And it's a lot of these well-off white boys, they don't, when they get with these powerful women, like Giselle, because again, Giselle wasn't no girl out here that he ain't save her. She was making millions of dollars as a model.
Right.
So I think, he probably got with her because she was, gorgeous and amongst other things, she's probably a wonderful woman, all these things. But he probably got with her thinking, hey, she'll just, be the pretty trophy wife.
I mean, and he probably thinking like she can't model forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she probably thinking, hell, he can't play forever. I don't know. Maybe it was other things too.
I'm sure it's a laundry list, but the streets is saying it's because she wanted him to sit his ass down, and he didn't want to sit his ass down. So I'm trying to think. It was somebody else. It was one more person because it was 4 couples that all came out on the same day. And I'm trying to think who else was.
I don't know.
It was somebody else black. I don't know, but in the black community as a whole, it's been a lot of people getting a divorce.
I saw DJ Mustard and his wife getting a divorce.
And Anthony Anderson and his wife got a divorce like last year. They broke up. All we got left is Denzel and Pauletta, Samuel and Pauletta.
That little crew who always be.
Angela Bassett and her husband. What's his name?
Miss Tina and them be with them. LL Cool J and his wife. Lila Rashawn and Antoine Fuqua. And what you call it? I almost fucked that up.
Who?
Nicole Murphy. See that?
And then Sterling K. Brown and his wife, because they've been together since college.
It's a lot of black couples out there.
Not
a whole lot of young ones, but then there is a lot of
35 and under
too. Like that girl who was on what's that show? Like the college show, and it's like a Dear White People, the dark skinned girl on Dear White People.
Oh, Ashley Blaine Feathers.
Yeah, like her husband.
Okay, yeah.
Of course, you got DeVal in them, but I don't think I think Kadeen is not 35. I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Hell, all them people on the Black Love doc.
But a lot of them ain't together no more. I'm like, is this something in the air on that show? Because, Kel Mitchell and his wife was on there. They not together no more.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Or maybe it was his first wife that he's not with. I think he's had a couple of wives.
Yeah, I think because theirs is just last year.
Now, which one?
Or it might be
his wives was it calling him gay and stuff? Was that the first wife?
I think I'm not sure. I'll be honest. When it comes to Kel Mitchell, I don't know a whole lot.
He's not mainstream anymore, but I
don't know a whole lot. But I love them. I like their story on that show. But on there, he did say that he had been married before.
Okay,
so I don't think she's his first wife.
Okay, I knew one of his wives. It was like real tumultuous.
You know what? I was kind of sad that LaToya Luckett and her husband
they broke up. Yeah,
I was sad. She made such a beautiful bride.
LaToya
with her like short hair
in general,
and her gown was kind of fitted. I didn't like how her husband talked to her on their show.
Yeah,
I did not.
didn't like that. When I saw them on the show, I didn't like. He just her husband and Drew's husband remind me a lot. And if you know who I'm talking about on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Drew Sidora, her husband Ralph, they reminded me a lot of each other because it was just kind of like they kind of wanted to do what the fuck they want to do, and they didn't want nobody to say nothing. They didn't want nobody to say
now,
nothing.
see, LaToya, look at her husband lost his mom. And I think that's what was the like turning point for him, because I remember on the show she said that after he lost his mom, it's like nothing she could do to like comfort him to like, and he kind of changed, which I understand. He probably going through a tremendous grieving process.
Did his brother end up passing too or something?
See, that I'm not sure about.
Or getting sick or something. I feel like his mother passed. But
she not even real like. She not no real like kind of girl, you know what I'm saying? Like with the rah shit. I think she got it in her. But some of the times when they was talking, she definitely like. Like, you know how some girls be like that, but when it comes to their man, they be quiet. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like how what's her name when they call her King?
Oh yeah.
They was like, you don't act like that when your husband around. He was like King. They were like, we like King.
Yeah. She don't act like that when her man be around, which it ain't no problem with that. But some women, they're more like, you know, reserved. They let their man lead. So sometimes when he would kind of like talk to her like that, she would kind of just be quiet, and I feel bad for her.
But she look to me, she's glowing. Ever since they got divorced, she been glowing. Gorgeous. She been dressing. She's so
pretty.
She gonna step.
She is one of those girls who's like got that, like, you know how some women have that like southern pretty, just like effortless, classy.
And a lot of people can't pull off that 613. Let me tell you something. A lot of y'all hoes be wearing that 613 and you look like you glow in the dark, goddamn. But she pulls it off.
Yeah, that's pretty on her. The short hair, she's beautiful. Yes. Yeah, we love LaToya Luckett over here, baby. And I ain't gonna lie, I still listen to the album.
Hey,
I do,
what's that song she made? I'm torn in between the two.
Period. Yeah.
Because I really want to be with you.
Telling me I should leave you alone. Leave you alone. Okay. Sign us.
Cause I can do it. I keep trying to tell y'all, I can shoot bop bop now. I can't leave, but I got the background vocal.
The video when she was like, "You got me so torn." Oh my god.
No, now I ain't gonna. That one time she performed that one live performance when she was off. I remember. Have you seen that clip where she was singing something and she tried to hit that high note, and after she did it, you could see it on her face. She was like, "Bitch, I missed that shit."
Oh, I love LaToya. I actually watch her YouTube page too.
I watched her interview that she did on Tank's podcast, R&B Money.
Yes, it was really good.
It was really
R&B Money is a good podcast, and y'all should watch that. The episode with Chileeeee is also one of my favorites.
They just did an episode with JoJo.
They did. Really the first episode with Jamie Foxx was really good.
Even though he like white women, I love Jamie Foxx. I love Jamie Foxx. Not like in a romantic sense, but I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan. That Jamie Foxx always has a story.
He know everybody.
And now this one, okay, hot take. I do think Jamie Foxx is one of those people who just like name drop.
You think so?
Yeah, because he did I want to say it was a Hollywood Reporter, because I watch those too when they do like the actors round table.
Oh, like the actors on actors thing.
Yeah,
I watched that.
And it'll be like people who you think would be like nominated like for the Oscars or whatever. They, you know, all the actors have a round table and they just go around asking questions. And he's in front of like Denzel and Tom Hanks.
Okay, I was gonna say,
all these people, and like he just name drops a lot. And the stories that he tell, it's like he's a really good storyteller. But it's like, Jamie, hey, shut up. Like you be kind of wanting to say that because he telling them stories.
Maybe he has imposter syndrome.
It's like he's telling them stories like to impress them, but they're who they are, so they aren't impressed.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Maybe he has imposter syndrome where he's like, he feels like he still hasn't like
made it.
Like, you know, because I think Jamie Foxx is a very underrated overall star. You know, because the man can sing. We're not gonna sit up here and act like Jamie Foxx can't sing. A lot of people under the table. I wish he would make more music.
I do wish he would make more music. I love his music.
He's actually a good comedian. He's funny as hell. But I mean, hell, we've never. I think he might have done one comedy special ever, and it was like in the 90s.
I think he did two,
maybe two. But I mean, it's just like, to me, Jamie doesn't do enough, and maybe he subconsciously maybe thinks that. And it's like sitting at the table when you sitting with somebody like Denzel, who probably got
like he's trying to supplement.
30 movies under his belt. Jamie Foxx don't got 30 movies under his belt. You know, he might have
30 movies under his belt.
30?
I'm sure he does. 30, yeah.
I don't. Put it up in the comments. I don't think he got 30.
Why am I dying?
I think he got like 15, 20. I don't think he got 30, but I think he might have a little imposter syndrome. This is not me saying that you're imposter, because I love you.
Like, I mean, even if you just think about like bait, booty call, rape.
But I'm saying, like, when you're sitting at a table with somebody like Tom Hanks, Denzel, all these other actors, they're not looking at, like, that's the nigga from Booty Call. Tom Hanks.
I mean, no, but I'm saying, like, if anything, honestly, he's more talented than them because he's so versatile. Yeah, no, so I don't think. Maybe he does have that like imposter syndrome, but sometimes it could be that niggas is like a little arrogant. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, I'm here at the party, and I look over at the party, and who is it? Kanye West, and he says, "I need someone to sing."
And I'm tired of the Kanye West story. You know what I'm saying? He told that story in every fucking interview. I mean, on the Breakfast Club, on Jimmy Fallon, on Jimmy Kimmel, on Oprah. I mean, they Kanye story. We know. He
told that story on the interview I'm talking about too.
I'm tired.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he should do that. But he definitely got good work under his belt.
Good work, but I'm just saying, I think when you're sitting at a table like with those heavy guys like that, I mean, because you probably do feel a little small.
I guess so. I mean, but even though Jamie has won an Oscar, right? For Ray?
Did he win?
I think so.
I think he won.
I'm gonna say yes.
I think he won
because
they snub us so much. I don't know.
They do.
So, I think he's won, but Denzel has never won.
Denzel has absolutely won an Oscar.
An Oscar?
Absolutely, for Training Day.
I thought, okay, but no, listen, hear me out, y'all. This is not on the outline.
Yeah, he did. He won an Academy Award for leading role in Ray. Jamie Foxx did in 2005.
But I thought when all this Oscar shit was going on with Will Smith, weren't they saying that it was like Will had never won it and Denzel had never won, so they were curious to see who was going to win that night? Like, they've been nominated several times.
No, like Will had never won. But Denzel has won several. I know he's won at least 2 for Glory, and then he won for Training Day, and then I think he's been nominated other times.
Okay,
but absolutely, he's won. Yeah.
Okay, I knew it was. I can't look. They snub us so much.
Yeah.
I just can't remember. I couldn't remember if he. I knew he had been nominated
Denzel
a lot.
Was one of the first people to win since I think like Sidney Poitier or something, and then after him, I think Forrest Whitaker won, and then
because that was the last King of Scotland.
Yeah,
okay.
But I think it was important for Will because nobody had one since. Whenever that was for leading actor,
and now he about to act in that slave movie, but we'll save that for another day.
Well, they got him almost in damn blackface.
I was looking at that. I was like, so is
who is making the decision?
Is this like the edit? Because you know it was in black and white. So I'm like, is this like maybe dirt on his face?
It's in black and white.
Well, the trailer I saw was in black and white. So I'm like, sometimes when people's face is dirty in black and white, it looks as if the shadow is darker. So I'm like, maybe when we see it in color. It'll look
but that's directed by Antoine Fuqua too, so I like him. He's one of my favorite directors.
Did he do Bad? Is that the same person who did the first like Bad Boys? Or Bad Boys?
That's Michael Bay, I think.
Okay,
let's see.
I remember the name Antoine Fuqua.
That's who's with Leela Rashawn. Who? Leela Rashawn, the lady from Waiting to Exhale. You raggedy bitch.
Oh,
that one. That's her husband in real life. You knew who I was talking about, though.
Oranges at her.
Yeah. She said, "Don't you throw that up here?"
And then he proceeded to throw it. Oh, that was an interesting movie.
Get your leather wearing the summertime ass. I love that movie.
Okay. Well, it'll probably still be a good watch, but I'm not looking forward to seeing.
Am I gonna go to see that at the movies?
So
okay, good.
I will not be going to the movies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bad Boys directed by Michael Bay,
Okay.
Bilal Fallah,
Okay.
and
I know the
Adil
last one was done by
LRB.
these twins. I think they call them the twins or something.
I think that's who I'm talking about then. Yeah. But I knew Michael Bay was in there. I be knowing stuff sometimes, y'all.
I only know Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I love him though
And
too.
then I know
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg. Obviously I like Issa. Issa still. I mean, she hasn't done I think any movies, directed movies.
My favorite director is probably Spike Lee.
Spike Lee, yeah. Spike Lee is really good. I actually am a big fan of Debbie Allen as a director. I know a lot of y'all probably ain't tapped in, but A Different World, Debbie Allen.
Of course, yeah. She also choreographed all of what Tyler Perry put out, and we talked about that a few episodes ago. You can go see that.
And moving on to the part of the episode.
Well, you go ahead and introduce it.
I just wanted to kind of talk about traveling with your partner or traveling with the opposite sex, because this past weekend I had a little, quick little rendezvous trip, and safe to say I won't be doing it again with him. I will not be traveling nowhere with that man for a laundry list of reasons.
Does he follow this?
Probably not. And if he did,
okay,
he know he fucked up. I'm not like I'm over.
Oh, I wasn't asking just like if he bad. I was just gonna say you wrong.
I was gonna say if you watch this, you already know. Like the thing about it is when I bring stuff to this podcast, people already been knowing that they fucked up. So, and most people who fuck with me already know when you fuck up, guess what's gonna happen?
We're gonna talk about you.
And if you do something good, I'm gonna bring it to the podcast. Because if you go back early, like March, I was on here singing niggas' praises. So I was being nice about that nigga. This is totally different nigga too. But anyways, y'all,
fuck that nigga too. Go on.
It's fuck these niggas for life. My biggest thing takeaway was from traveling with the opposite sex is that men don't know how to communicate. We've already said this. We've already established this on this podcast. But this trip further stamped that for me, because me and the young gentleman had pre-booked the place weeks in advance. And so this is the, address that I placed in my GPS. And if anybody knows, usually when you're traveling from Alabama to Georgia or some of these really, really close, partnering states like Mississippi, you can take the back road straight there. You don't have to be on the freeway, and it's a lot quicker because you can really go about 80, 90 on the back roads, and you ain't got to really worry about, seeing police or running in traffic, all of that. But
I don't like the back road.
Yeah, I will never. First of all, I will never be taken because I ain't seen so many Trump and Confederate flags in my life.
And that's why I don't take them.
Because when you talking about, I was gripping the wheel like, Lord, I can't get no blowout or nothing. Get me to my destination. But anyways, to make a long story short, the location was changed without me knowing. And then when I arrived to the original hotel location, I was looking like Boo Boo the Fool. And then the young man proceeded to tell me that the reservation had been canceled that Monday and that he had gotten a different hotel, but I guess did not think to tell me. And while I was driving down there, he sent his location. But again, when you're on the back road, you ain't got no service for real. You're not really trying to do a whole lot of. You just trying to drive. You're just trying to drive. And I let him know that. I said, hey, I'm on the back roads. I can't really look at this. I don't want to lose my service, lose my map or nothing. And so I didn't know that he was at a different location. And so he didn't apologize. He just basically was like, well, I sent you my location, so you should have known that I was at a different hotel. And I'm like, how the fuck would I have known that I was at a different hotel? Like, how? Who? When? If you send me an email with the confirmation number to this specific hotel, why would I think that hotel did not go through or the reservation got canceled?
I think that, I don't know if it's, because I know I have realized that men aren't as detail oriented as women are, or things that we think are oh, we need to make sure we tell her that. They'll be like, oh, let's tell her that later. You know what I'm saying? I even noticed that sometimes at work with certain stuff, for example, it's a few times where he's had visitors come on when we used to go live out there, and y'all don't know this, but I can wear whatever I want to work. Yeah. I got on sweatpants right now. And so, and Crocs that don't match.
Hey, I wish.
So, sometimes when he have people here, we'll be like, "Hey, can you tell us
so
if people gonna be here so we can have something on?" Because like, say if we trying to get into this or whatever, then the first time they meet us, we in a damn Selena t-shirt and some sweatpants that don't match. You know what I'm saying?
And you could be trying to make a business connection.
Exactly. So like, or I'm in leggings or something, you know, like whatever. And so he was just like, "Oh, he told me, but I ain't really confirm it. You know, I was just gonna see if he was gonna pull up."
Sound like a man.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that's just man shit. And see, that's what I was saying last time. If you guys watched the last episode, I be wanting men to be a little bit more like to think a little bit more.
But to me, it's based upon caring because
it is based upon caring.
It's one
because niggas will now. Let's not get it twisted, but they do it for who they want to,
and when they give a fuck. Yeah. Because, and I'll use this as an example. I explained the situation to another man that I've dealt with in the past, and he totally understood where I was coming from. He's like, you're just like you said. He said, "You're a single woman, a black woman, traveling at nighttime by yourself. You should have all the details that you need to have because anything could fucking happen while you're driving on the way down there."
Here's the thing too, like somebody, Thomas wouldn't even taught me to do that. That'd be my thing. Like now, if I ever did date somebody else, I'm scarred because I've been treated too well. He would never even ask me to do that. So, or he would have been like, "This what we doing here, da da da. Call me when you on the road. Don't do this. It might take you this way. Don't go that way." Like, I don't know why people do that.
I just think it's about caring, because I know a lot of times on the podcast we'll say, "Oh, well, people don't know, they weren't trained." But again, to me, it's like, regardless, to me, that's a common sense thing. If you know somebody's coming to meet you, or you know somebody's coming to link up with you, or whatever the case may be, then their well-being should be your concern,
top of mind. Yeah,
because you want to make sure they get to you safely.
It's definitely a niggas really don't be giving a fuck like that thing. Yeah, because I've had other friends go see dudes or whatever, and then they get there and they be like, "Girl, like it ain't even."
Or they have people over their house, like a dude invite you to kick it, but now he got his homeboys over there, and then you walking in and it's like, what the fuck am I walking in? That's why I'm like, and I tell men all the time, and they be like, "You just like, you must hate me." And I do.
But when you a woman, see, this one I don't think that it's enough of like trying to see it from a woman's perspective, because all they can see is, "Oh, like I'm inviting my homegirl over here." Maybe to them, they trying to get their homeboys just to see you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's how that is. But in our mind, I don't know them.
And this shit like this happens all the time, where a girl goes to somebody, like, unfortunately, a girl might go to hang out with somebody. Hell, I was just watching a movie the other day where this white girl, she was in high school, and she, they had a little dance. She was specifically dating this one guy, but he had like this group of guy friends. The guy she was dating invited her back to like the crib for the kickback or the after party or whatever, and she got fucking gang raped.
See, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when especially nowadays, when people are like
crazy,
and then everybody want to be high and shit all the time. I just need to know like what I'm walking into, and then if I hadn't even been to see you before, and I might be apprehensive about driving to see you, and then I pull up and it's 4 other niggas there. Like, I don't. That's the home training for me. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not a grown man. I mean, it is grown men out there who do childish ass shit like that.
But that's because they want to. Like, they don't know.
A grown man is not finna think, especially if a girl that he really like coming to see him, I'm finna have my niggas over there when she get here. What the math isn't mathing. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no damn kickback. Or you can at least tell me, "Hey, I'm just like, my friends over here," or whatever. So I can be like, "Oh, I don't really feel comfortable with that. Let me know when they leave or something. I might go get me something to eat, and then when they gone, I'll come over then. But I don't really want to be there with your friends them." Like, it's just the common courtesy of communication.
It's like almost that it doesn't register about women's safety. And to me, how do I say this? there needs to be more emphasis put on with men caring about the safety of women that you're not associated with.
And that's why I say all the time, like
I shouldn't have to be fucking
we have to
care about my safety. I ain't saying you gotta buy me drinks and whatever the fuck. I'm saying all that shit. My well-being, my safety.
Or just in general, you call yourself, even if you just trying to fuck, you should at least be trying to make sure the pussy safely get to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't that what you want? I don't know. Something. I don't know. But that's why I say on here all the time, we need to like make sure we raising like capable, good young men. Because as a woman, you know, you always told, don't wear that. You know, don't go here. You know what they're gonna think if you put that on. Or you need to carry yourself like a lady. Or you need to make sure you sit up straight.
Cross your legs.
Cross your legs. Women are seen and not heard. Stop being alley all the time. Don't no man want no woman who da. You need to sit down. My mama favorite line. All the lady has is her name. Once you mess your name
up, we all heard the same shit growing up.
Once you mess your name up, that's it. You mess your name up if you want to. Like, women get hurt stuff. Like, don't be going on them dark roads. Don't get no gas at night.
After 10 o'clock is Walmart
and legs. Don't be going on nobody's house that late. You know what I'm saying? Like, women that is beat into our psyche.
Don't drink no drink that you didn't left unattended. Right.
Yeah. Be aware of your surroundings. All that kind of stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know why it's not a whole lot of emphasis on men, like even how they carry themselves. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's because like I'm a man and whatever. But yeah, we gotta do better.
I think a lot of men
we gotta do better.
Maybe because they are.
It's not all men either. Let's say that. Let's preface that. And of course, if you got sense, you know we're not talking about all men.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
But I think it's a lot of men are so removed from, like, again, like if you don't have a sister or aunt or maybe somebody or like a female around you talking to you about this. Because as a man, I don't think they really worry. I mean, and this is me assuming. I don't know this 100%. I know I can assume in the state of if I'm a black man, you worry about your safety in the sense of I don't want
police and racism, and prejudice.
But other than that, I don't think men walk around with a fear, to exist like women do. So I think, unfortunately, then there's no desire for them to understand why we walk around in fear, like we do. Because I find myself explaining that a lot to a lot of men, like, hey, no, I don't want you to come pick me up for a first date. Or, no, I don't want to tell you what side of town I live on. Or, no, I don't want to tell you where I work. And a lot of men will be like, oh, you just trying to be set up. And it's like, no, like, bitches get stalked every fucking day. Like, people like the world. And when you're a woman, especially a single woman who like is migrating through life for the most part by themselves, you have to be very careful at the information that you share with people, because you don't know who means you harm. You don't know. You might be talking to the maintenance guy telling him, just trying to be nice. Next thing you know, this nigga sneaking into your house in the middle of the night. I've heard several stories about that, where girls would wake up in a maintenance man in their house, or they come home and a maintenance man there.
Just like that girl, I can't remember her, whether it was last year or whatever, but that girl where the guy who was the maintenance at her apartment killed her.
Yeah, because she turned him
down. Yeah, I mean, niggas be weird.
And they don't handle rejection well, a lot of them.
No, for real. So, like you have to, you do. And just like we just talked about, like Jeffrey Dahmer and all that stuff on the other episode, like, you just don't know, especially nowadays, bro. Like, you don't know what's going through these folks' mind. Like, people are really crazy. Like, me and my boyfriend be saying this all the time, like, about both our moms. Like, they need to stop watching the news, because my mama, she can tell you everything that's going on.
I had to stop watching the news,
and that's why she be so like, don't go nowhere at night. Or like, if I'm out at a certain time, she'll be calling me like, well, where you at? Because it's these folks out here shooting and they doing all this and that and whatever. And like, not that you don't need to know, but it's like, bro,
you'll get paranoid.
And like have anxiety just looking at the news.
I had to stop. I used to watch the news every morning when I woke up because I wanted to be, you know, informed and know about like politics and different things going on in the world. But I got to a point because it was always like this woman got killed or this child got shot or this woman got raped or whatever. It's just always something happening, and then a lot of times you end up hearing, oh, this person, they got away with it, or they got acquitted, or they found them not guilty, and it's just no accountability a lot of times when shit happens specifically to women, and even more specifically Black women. So it's just like, it's
around here, if you doing shit, your ass going to jail.
It just depends what you're doing.
Your ass going to jail now.
It depends on what you're doing and who you're doing it to.
I mean, true, but even with Black women, these motherfuckers is going to jail.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing:
if you report it,
if you doing a lot of crimes in Alabama, I would chill out, because you know right now our prison system is one of the worst in the country. They're building more for-profit prisons. You can thank your governor for that. And so you might want to chill out and get you a trade or something, because it's terrible out here, and they will send your ass to jail for life. Like, they've kind of been doing that third strike rule and stuff. So and she won't dismiss a lot of the like drug nonviolent drug offenses with this and stuff.
Whole thing with Biden coming up doing this.
I know Randall Wolfen did it for like people in Birmingham specifically, but outside of Birmingham they don't. I mean, of course you can't do anything about it, but she hasn't done it for the state.
She's not.
So you get your ass arrested out here, you going to jail. Yeah.
And then honestly, and this is just, I'm not like, obviously I know rape is a psychological thing, but again, it's like, if go pay for some pussy. Why you gotta go take something from somebody or kill somebody, or like, it's just, again, as a woman, you walk in fear every time I be in fear sometimes just sitting in my house. I don't even sometimes feel safe being at home sometimes, because you hear somebody busted in somebody's apartment and it's just so much crazy stuff. So I just wish men, and I'm not, again, this is not all men, because I know there's a lot of men out there who really do give a fuck about women's safety, of course, and check on their friends and whatever the case may be, but like, I just wish as a whole there was more emphasis on men caring about women's safety.
Of course, I do too.
Because like, I even hear like in a lot of domestic violence situations, I'll hear guys say, well, you know, I don't help women in them situations because when you try to help them, they don't want no help.
I mean, and sometimes that is true, because I've heard guys say like they tried to step in and then she started whooping his ass too.
Well, I think you should help first.
You should say, hey, miss, do you need some help?
Yeah, I think you should inquire.
And then if she be like, fuck you, I don't need any help. Okay, cool.
But I don't think you should, like, because I hear a lot of dudes be like, I helped a girl once, so I ain't gonna, and she I ain't gonna never give a fuck about no bitch. Like, they really be out here like
whoa,
never.
Chill
and
out.
To me, it's like,
chill out.
Just because that one specific situation,
it's still bad.
You should see a homeboy knocking his girlfriend upside the head at the gas pump, and you just turn your head because you don't want the same thing to happen again.
I mean, and that's another thing too. I don't think you should like turn your head. Like, I think people should help or do something, but you also have to be careful, because motherfuckers around here, they carrying guns. They'll stab your ass too, and you the one trying. That's how it works. You know, the one who's trying to get out of the way, or the one who's trying to help, they always get killed or hurt, or now you handicapped or something. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that is. So be careful, even really in offering your help, but maybe be like, hey, as y'all good.
I think you should tread lightly, but I don't think you should totally ignore it or be like, I ain't gonna help no bitches because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Or it would be good if a group of people said something. Nowadays women will say something before men do. You know, so that's terrible.
There's multiple ways to handle a situation besides I ain't got nothing to do with it. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, and like when I see people, they have videotaped like something that happened, some kind of injustice or whatever, and there are men standing around and it's only other women that speak up. That's the kind of stuff that made me mad. Because I feel like, you know, as Black men especially, we support y'all and defend y'all and put ourselves
regardless
in
of what
way.
y'all be taking on the internet.
Like, all
like,
the time.
If we talking straight facts, the biggest supporter of black men is black women.
Yeah, like
just
come on.
facts.
So I want the same like thing for us. Like when you see a black woman, you know, going through something, like, hey, you need some help, or hey, you know, I don't know her, but I just want to stand here and make sure she's okay, or something. Like, just offer a kind hand, because you got to think, if that was your mama
or your sister,
your grandma, niece, your girlfriend, your wife, your daughter. You want somebody just to be there, you know, just to support them. Like, I think we need to start thinking of each other like that, because we really all we got.
Yeah,
but these people don't be fucking with us like that for real.
It's already again so much against us, so it's like at least our own community and our own, you know, I guess equals could
at least we can have our own back, child.
And if you like me, you get that pistol permit, and I'm in the process of getting a gun. So I'm gonna shoot a motherfucker. I'm not putting my faith in until just good Lord Jesus bless me with a nice, wonderful black man. Because I'm gonna still keep up hope. I'm gonna keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
But I'm gonna shoot y'all motherfuckers. Come on here if you want to. And I'm not asking no questions. Like, the people, I don't know, do you be seeing them ring videos where people be coming up, strangers be coming up to the people rings, and they go open the door? I'm like, why the fuck you got the ring doorbell?
Do they be white?
I don't know, but I just be
Now, I saw one that was really creepy, where this guy, like, they walked into the house, and he had followed them. And then, like, when they got in the house, they had like just closed the door. They didn't even notice he was following them.
Oh, was this the one at night with the girl?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I saw that one.
And then like he tried to open the door, whatever. He kind of did the thing, but they could see him on the ring thing, and you can hear her saying like, "Who is this at the door?" And like, and then when he backed up, he didn't like leave. He like backed up and looked. Like, I don't know, it's weird. These people be off some weird ass drugs. I ain't seen that
one. I've seen a few, because I have seen them. I always watch them, but I seen the one where the lady was coming in, and she lived in like some, like, I guess like first level apartment, but like, you see the lady come in, right? And like she and what be fucking y'all up is these screen doors. I swear, because y'all have to unlock. No, for real,
you had to unlock like, the screen door and the door. Yeah.
So she like had unlocked the screen door, got that, you know, moved it, was unlocking the main door, unlocked it, was walking in the house. And I guess, you know, as a woman, we probably turn around and put our bag down or something, and then go back to lock the door. But by the time she had walked in that house, some nigga came from the shadows and was like full speed ahead and came into the house, and another nigga came with him. Like, it was just like crazy stuff. I seen another video where this guy and this lady came to this woman's house, rang the doorbell. She was talking to him through the ring, and they were like, "Oh, we ran out of gas up the road or something." They said some story. We need to use a phone or something so we can call somebody to come here. And the lady, like, I forgot what she did. I think she opened the door to talk to him, like, to hear the story. Again, why are you? I'm talking to you through the ring.
Why are you talking to them?
So she opened the door, was talking to them, and she said, "Well, let me go get my phone or something." But luckily, she like had, I guess, locked the door or something behind her, but left the screen door or something. But anyways, like, as soon as she turned her back and you heard the door close, he grabbed the door and he like pulled out a gun, and the lady was like standing there, and then you heard like the person, because you can sometimes hear the people on the other side, like in the house. You hear her say, "Somebody's trying to get in the house! Somebody's trying to get in the house!" And then they start running. And I'm just like, again, like, it's so much shit happening. Like, so much. So please, if you are a man, just if you know there's like a woman that lives near you or is around you, like, just try to like go that extra step, that extra mile, because I can guarantee you she's more than likely like not terrified walking through life, but it's just a little scary. It's a little scary.
I mean, you just have to be on the alert. You know what I'm saying?
I be looking like this when I go.
I used to call them. We had some people that stayed in front of us, and I used to call them my ghetto neighbors. But when I tell you, I was comforted knowing that they was at home because they stayed outside.
There's a lady on my first floor who smoked Black and Miles. Yeah, I call her Big Mom. She gonna be out there, and I'm like, let me tell you something. And her son, even though he look creepy too, he be out there too. And I was like, look, I know if something happened, one of y'all motherfuckers
like I used to feel so comforted, like knowing that they was out there. Because I remember one time, I don't know what he was doing, but it was somebody who, because okay, in my neighborhood, you can like walk straight through all the backyards unless like somebody has a fence up. And so he had walked through our backyard too. And so when the police knocked on our door, they was like, oh, you know, they said that he was in y'all's backyard or whatever. And my neighbors was like, oh, don't worry about it, we got it, like we've been looking, we know where he at and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, good. But you a damn fool if you walking in my backyard, because it's coyotes and it's very much woods back there. So if you walking back there, Godspeed. Godspeed.
Okay, next thing, I saw this video, and y'all know, make sure I put snippet of it or whatever.
It really be mind boggled when I hear black men complain about black women being too independent or not allowing them the room to lead. I learned a long time ago that when you're dating a black woman, there is a probationary period, okay? And in that probationary period, that woman wants to see, are you capable of handling business? That means, are you paying your bills? If you have kids, are you taking care of your kids? Is the registration on your car up to date? Do you have a savings account? Are you career oriented? Hell, do you have insurance? These are things that black women need to know before they can really rest and thrive in a relationship. I didn't always have this realization, and I remember dating a young black woman who grew up, basically, she grew up in a home without a father. She was the oldest of 4 siblings, which meant that ultimately she had to take on the role of a second mother. And at the time, I didn't have my shit together. And I wondered why she couldn't trust me. I wondered why it was so difficult for her to depend on me. I wonder why it was so difficult for her to believe me when I said I would show up. The majority of the time, black women have had to take on roles where they've been in charge of handling business since they was a kid. And the idea of handing those reins over to somebody else, I can imagine, is a stressful thought. So you gotta show that shit. You gotta prove yourself capable of handling business. It ain't for the faint of heart. It definitely ain't for the broke. It ain't for those that can't manage money well. It ain't for those whose priorities are fucked up. If you are a straight man who values a traditional relationship, you have to realize that you may be offering that woman your heart and trusting that woman with your heart. But that woman is trusting you with her heart. She's trusting you with her finances. She's trusting you with her safety. And if she gives you the opportunity, hell, the privilege to show up for her in some capacity and you fail her, she's never going to forget that. I'm just saying, because I see a lot of black men out here trying to tell black women how to be a black woman. But if somebody asks you how to be a black man, how can you answer that question? How is it that you know everything about being a black woman, but you failing in your own role? Make that make sense.
And this guy was saying that when you're dealing with a woman, and I want to say he even said black women in particular, he was like, you know, a lot of these women, y'all wonder why they're so hard and they, you know, don't know how to let, I guess, a man be a man and give him the space to, you know, take care of things. But he was saying that a lot of times with women, there's a probationary period because a lot of women have grown up either being like the oldest sibling or taking care of a lot of things in their family. And when they are dating a guy, in the beginning, there's this probationary period where that's why a lot of women want to see, you know, kind of, you know, where a guy takes them. What does he do? How does he act? Because we want to see, can this man, you know,
be somebody,
lead the household? Can he take care of the shit that already getting taken care of?
Basically, it's kind of like, you know, my daddy used to do this. He'll like show me how to do something, or like when he was teaching me how to drive, he'll just be like, come on, I want you to drive, and he won't say nothing, and he'll be like, I just want to see what you was gonna do. That's when women, that's how they be doing men sometimes.
Not sometimes,
like, all the time. Like, I just want to see what you gonna do. Now I think this is a different time, and like in general for women, like the way we think, the way we move, the way we act, the things we accept, etc., etc., etc. Because I feel like at first, because of the way like societal norms were or are, women would trust you first, and then if you betray their trust, then they knew how to move. But now it's like you don't have any trust.
No, you starting off a level
you
0.
Starting off at 0, and then we're gonna build it up from here.
You starting off the class with F, not an A.
Period.
It's good.
Period.
I mean, but
so yeah, and you have to prove yourself.
But I don't see her. So, and the guy in the video, I was reading the comments. I'm gonna read the comments. A lot of people like, this why women single. This why y'all single, because you want to put somebody in a probationary period. But honestly,
I mean, but nowadays you got to go through that. I mean, look at the story you just told. Let me get into the mic.
And I knew that motherfucker for years. I've known him for years since I was like 14, 15.
Yeah, but he just an ain't shit ass nigga.
But he ain't always even been like that. That's what I'm saying. He ain't always acted and did things like that. Because, I mean, if you acted like that from the beginning, I would never have dealt with you. You know? So it's just, the probationary period is necessary. And I'm going to be honest. If you dating me, you might as well go ahead.
I mean, I just need to see. I need to see if you capable of doing certain things. Not like I need you to be my dad or whatever. But I just need to know, like, how you move. Yeah. Because I ain't gonna lie, how men like move and handle business is attractive in and of itself. Exactly. Like just being around a man who's like, don't worry about that, I got that. Mm-hmm. Or, you know,
or I know a guy who can fix that. Let me get on.
Yeah, or you know, let me get those bags. Let me get your door. Hey, are you okay? You know, whatever. That's attractive. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like actually being a gentleman will get you more draws in this lifetime
be so weird
than you could ever imagine. Like just handling stuff, like just
or doing what's right, like
the vibes of that, like the aura of that, like that's why I like men.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, come on now, women, we need to see what's what. I don't think men understand this. Women have to have children. So a lot of times when we be looking at men and how they handle things, especially me, because you know, once you get older, now you're thinking about what kind of father is this person gonna be? You know what I'm saying? How's he gonna lead our household? Or you know, when we get married, is it gonna be the kind of thing where I gotta always do blah blah blah? Or I already see how this gonna go. You know, this ain't gonna work. I already kind of see how he move. That's the kind of stuff women be looking at. Not that men don't look at it too. They absolutely look at stuff like that too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They have a criteria list all on their own. But I think all I can speak on is for us, and that is the things that we be looking at. Yeah. Like even small stuff like, is your place clean? Yeah. Is your car clean? Yeah. Are you clean?
I think for whatever reason. And I really, this is just my beliefs. I can't speak on nobody else. I think a lot of these men who get on the internet or who, you know, some of y'all be in my DMs. I ain't gonna say their names.
Not looking them up and down.
Because it's infuriating when men come in my DMs and tell me how much I hate men. When I like kind of dismantle whatever bullshit they come in my DMs with, then I'll be like, that's a very misogynistic comment. They be like, well, you hate men. So I'm like, but I don't hate men.
But that's not even evidence.
Like,
if you think I hate men, tell me why.
And if I hated men, I wouldn't even be having this conversation with your dumb ass. If I'm being honest, if I hated men, I have a girlfriend.
And they be going through shit too. It ain't
domestic violence like a motherfucker.
It ain't no easy way out.
So that's the thing. It's like, to me, nothing gives off I hate men. I think everything that I post is I want better from you. I know y'all are capable of being a certain type of men as a gender.
But it's just like finding that it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's not my fault. I want that also because I'm really over the narrative that like women just be like knowing that niggas is not shit from day one. Now some do. Like I met a nigga who was 45, 9 kids, 6 different baby mamas. I knew. And that's why he got blocked very quickly after I found out all the information. Yeah. But I knew at that point, once I found that out, okay, he probably had some sort of like commitment and something, you know,
and he knows some.
You know, exactly. He got commitment issues like a motherfucker. Because why do you have 9 kids and 6 different baby mamas or however many different baby mamas? Yeah. You have relationship issues, my brother. And I blocked him. But a lot of times people show up as their representative. People tell you what they want to hear. Or hell, I didn't talk to some of my homeboys and they have told me they didn't giving their homeboys money to take another bitch on a date.
Why?
Because that's what niggas do. Like, that's how they, you know. So it's like, you might not know a nigga don't got no money to you.
Oh, you talking about like he ain't had no money, so his homeboy gave him money
to take the girl
Oh,
out
I'm
on
thinking
a
about
date.
like he paid her to go.
No.
I'm
I'm
like,
saying
what in the love don't cost a thing?
no. You know, but you know, niggas will be like, y'all bitches know these niggas ain't shit when you meet them, and you know they don't be having nothing.
I mean, no, you don't always
really
know.
don't
You kind of
know.
do be like, you know, you had to get to know folks a little bit to figure out like they full of shit. I agree with
like
that.
it's not something like
I agree with that.
you be knowing. Now again, there
I think
are some.
what they be saying is when, like, because we know this happen every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But when people stay in relationships with folks who they know ain't shit,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they talking about. Like, if you, like, say if you still talk to old dude or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
then that'll be on you.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you know he ain't shit.
Yeah.
He done gave you clear cut examples.
Yeah.
And if you stay with him thinking you could change him or whatever the hell gonna happen,
Mm-hmm.
then that's on you. That's what I think men be talking about, because we see a lot of that on the internet. So look at this, like, Krishan and Blueface thing. Like, this is just stupidity at this point. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of thing is like, you want to go through that. Mm-hmm. So ain't nobody gonna be that kind of situation. But I don't think
majority of women are like that, because this young man, and you know what I'm talking about. If you see this, he was saying like and I hate when people throw out statistics to me, because don't throw no ass crack ass statistic at me. You talking about some 90% of women be knowing that the men they with ain't shit. I don't think that is accurate. I don't think that that's accurate.
I mean, I think people underestimate that men can be good liars.
Excellent
they
liars.
Aren't the best liars. They're not as good as women, I don't feel like, because I think women are superb liars.
I think women are better liars, but men are better actors.
I think women better actors too. I think a woman could cheat for 50 years,
but I don't think a man would never necessarily
know.
Means have to do with acting. So let's see how to explain this. I think like men are better at, like, because most women are like an emotional, like it's a feeling, you know. And I think men understand that. You know, when you're a man trying to manipulate a woman, you understand that. And I think a lot of men are really good at pulling on the emotional side of a woman to kind of cloud whatever. So it's like, oh, he might not make what I need, not what I want him, but what I need him to make. But he, you know, gives me words of affirmation every day. So
I think that's true. I think, of course, women are more emotional because that's just us. But I think when women start seeing multiple men, I think women can compartmentalize almost better than men, because then it's more of like, what am I getting out of this other nigga? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's transactional at this point. So I think women can kind of be like, oh, I just talked to him because of such and such, or whatever. Like, or he give me a little money every now and then, so we be going to dinner or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that women always. It's not true that women are always emotional.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm
like,
saying when it
about
comes
everybody
to, like, getting played, I think that's how men play women.
That
is
how men play women.
I don't
of course,
think it's like a lot of times, like, we're more like women when we play men. It's more like it's a mind game. Yeah, we ain't gonna like blatantly in your face do no shit. It's gonna be real, like you said, you ain't gonna never really unless we want you to know, you will not find out. Yeah, and I think again, vice versa, the men is just like they tell. That's why a lot of women will say, he told me everything I wanted to hear. He will sell you, baby. He gonna give you that. He might give you that dream, but when it's time to act on it, and sometimes you be 3 months in before a nigga don't act. And now you
you don't know. Just like on some of them shows where like men be having a whole ass like marriage, house and kids, but his like side girlfriend or whatever don't even have absolutely no idea that she's a side piece. Yeah, that happens every day. You know what I'm saying? Not that women don't do the same thing, but a lot of times, even when women be in like other relationships, say like if they married, that nigga be knowing she married.
Oh, I know a lot of men who have no problem being a side nigga. Yeah. I mean,
they be knowing she married.
A full-fledged side. Not know, like, oh, I ain't even know. Like, they be like, oh yeah, I love fucking married bitches.
And they like that because they don't have to do nothing.
They don't have to work hard. They just get the pussy and the good time and
get on
and go on about their
exactly.
business. Yeah. I don't know. Like, this specific all came from a conversation that I had because I said that men are very manipulative, and the person told me that they're not, and I'm like, no, they are.
I mean, I think we all manipulative.
Yeah.
I think women are definitely manipulative.
Dating is
also
manipulative.
Yeah, it is
in a way.
Yeah,
or the process of dating.
I can agree with that because you don't. It's like a layered thing. Like when you meet somebody, it just kind of like falls off little by little. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. It's hard out here, y'all. If you out here in these dating streets, I don't know. But like I said, there's going to, if you want Albaniayanna, that ain't even how you say my name, Ayanna, but whatever, there's a probationary period. I'm just, because after what I just went through, also, I just want to be back to the trip shit. This nigga also got mad because I didn't want to cut his steak. This nigga also did not put gas in my car to get back to Alabama. I know y'all like, Albany, what the fuck? Yes, bitch, yes. And it was just a ton of other emotional triggers and things that happened on the entire trip. To like, I told Jessica, as soon as I got in the car, I started crying on my way back home. And I, like, for a minute didn't understand, but I was like, damn, I must have been so on edge, so anxious, and so uncomfortable around this person that the moment that I got a breath of fresh air away from them, I totally unraveled. And you should not be like that when you dating or when you hanging out with somebody and all that. Like, there's supposed to be a safe space. There's supposed to be, a place where you can come and you can feel comfortable. So if you dating somebody or hanging out with somebody and you feel anxious, or when you leave them, you don't feel, worthy or deserving, or they haven't poured into you, that is not the person for you.
And on that note, we're gonna end it.
And that's all I got to say on that one.
Yeah.
Like, that's just where we at right now. There's probationary periods, and you better make me feel good. That's all I can tell you. Because the moment I don't feel good about the situation, ding, the little nigga who used to disappear.
We'd be like,
head out.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So you already know the drill. All of our socials are down below. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at _BBPC. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jessie JESSI _Monique MONIQUE. It's 2 E's on Twitter.
And then you can follow me at therealabaniayanna on Instagram, and at _Albaniayanna _ on Twitter. And yes, I know both of my pages are private. So if you follow me and you don't get accepted, oh well. If you do, good for you. That's just that.
You can always follow the podcast page.
Yes,
it's just like following her.
Yes, follow that page. Actually, follow that page rather than follow me.
Yeah,
I hate men on my page apparently. So if you don't want no hate me and ass energy, just follow the podcast.
Just follow the podcast. It's good vibes over there. So yeah, thank y'all so much. We have a lot of good things.
Shout out to, what is his name? Because I'm gonna make sure I
Duke
put his
Ellington
music on this video. But the music that you all heard on the intro and on this part,
on the outro,
he made those beats for us. So I just wanted to, shout him out and tell him thank you so much. I'm gonna put all his information in the description box below. I'm sure if you're looking for a beat or anything, you can, hit him up. He'll work with you and, pay him. We pay our artists over here. Pay that man if you're gonna get a beat. We don't do free work. So hit him up if you need beats for, your TikToks, any content that you're doing. And thank you for helping us and making us the beats. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Bye.